What is up, guys and gals? Brooklyn Bound here with another Destiny 2 raid tutorial. Today, Guardians, we are going to be covering raid challenge number 2 in the Garden of Salvation. This challenge is the second of 4 raid challenges required for the Enlightened seal. It'll take place once every 4 weeks on a rotation. As I mentioned in last week's video, the raid challenges for Garden of Salvation no longer require the Hawthorn bounties. So, let's get started. The second challenge is called A Link to the Chain, and is done in the second encounter. I'll cover what you actually need to do to complete the challenge, but also provide you with some tips that'll help you immensely, because a good strategy and a sound understanding of how the ads spawn in the encounter will be very helpful in making things easier. First, the challenge requires that when any tether, or tethers, are generated from a box to a relay, that all Guardians in the fire team are part of it, and that all tethers are completed at the same time. This part is the kicker. Now, you don't all have to be in the same tether chain of 6, and it's pretty straightforward if you do have all 6 players in the same one. However, most of the encounter you're going to be split up onto different sides of the map, and it'll require multiple tether teams to still do it at the exact same time. You maybe have a 1 to 2 second window before you actually fail the challenge. We also found it very helpful for there to be a countdown, and to pre-shoot the tether boxes. That way you can just have the final person jump into the chain when the countdown is over. So, what's the best strategy to do this? We had the most luck following the strategy I've outlined here on the screen. There are plenty of other strategies that may also work, but this one worked best for us. First, all 6 players will stay at the start and tether together. Then, 2 players will stay at the first relay, and 4 players will head down the right hall to the 4th relay. When the 4 players that went to the right have cleared the Angelic, they will state they are ready to tether. Then, the 2 players at relay number 1 will tether together, and the 4 players at relay number 4 will tether together, both teams doing it at the exact same time. Now, 1 player will stay alone at relay number 4, while 3 more will actually push on to relay number 3. There will still be 2 players at the first relay. When the 3 players who pushed to relay number 3 are ready, they will once again call it out, and the lone player will teleport back to relay number 1 and join the other 2 players. And now you will have 2 teams of 3, one at relay number 1 and one at relay number 3, that will tether at the same time. Then finally, to get the last relay active, 2 players will push on to the final one. 1 person will stay at relay 3, 1 person will go back to number 4, and you will still have 2 people at number 1. When the final relay is open, the 2 players at the start will finally split up. 1 player from the first relay will head down the left side and tether with the final 2 players that activated the last relay, and then the 3 players on the right side will all merge together at relay number 4 and tether together. Now that all 4 relays are active, you can continue to tether in groups of 3 and 3 at the same time until the center opens. Once into the center, all 6 have to tether together each time. So, obviously there's a lot of steps here that have to happen in order to be successful. It's best to study the strategy, work it out before you start, and it really isn't too bad once you understand the timing. Finally, one more tip that will definitely make things a lot easier for you. The ad spawns. When each wave of ads are deployed, there's a finite number of them. And once they are all destroyed, the wave will subside for about 15 seconds until the next wave spawns. However, if you actually leave an ad alive and kite it around, it will delay the spawning of the next wave. This makes life a lot easier when you're trying to tether. The best ads to keep alive are the Minotaurs, because they don't automatically go to sacrifice at the relays very fast. Instead, they would rather chase you around. Each time you hear the team that's pushing on is ready to tether is when you can finally kill the ad, or if it obviously tries to sacrifice before this. Doing this will keep the shielded ads from spawning on you while you're trying to tether. Overall, once you get to the point where all the relays are unlocked, continuously tethering when the enemies have subsided is the best time to get it done. Overall, just communicate before you do any tether chain, make sure you always know who is floating to which platform, and use supers, heavy, and a good sniper to take out hobgoblins and angelics quickly. Best luck on getting it done, Guardians. And if you found this video helpful, please drop a follow or hit that sub button. It's free and it'll connect you to all the great Destiny 2 content on the channel. Until next time.